Time for a therapy segment. This is where we help people out with problems in their life by giving up advice. To get your letter on the air and get everybody's advice, go to Tony Scott Show page, kmjm.com. Dear Tony, I'm a 21-year-old female and in a relationship. This is the most serious relationship I've ever been in. The first time I've ever been truly in love. Now, my boyfriend has some anger issues. We've had a lot of talks about this problem and how it makes me feel when he acts and says things out of anger. He listens, but it doesn't really seem like he really does anything to fix it. He says really hurtful things when he gets upset during arguments. This behavior isn't especially directed towards me. He acts this way to everybody, and I mean everybody, his family, his parents included. He has told me that he's learned a lot from me, and I do try my best to be a good example to him as I can, but this anger issue just hasn't really improved at all. He has made mention of going to anger management classes, but he hasn't done that. Yet he continues to complain about how he wishes he could change. I love him so much, and I continually pray for him. I know that the love of God in me has been the only reason I've had enough patience to put up with this for almost a year. I don't want to give up on him because I don't feel he's a lost cause, but I keep getting hurt in the process. I will continue to pray for him, but I'm not sure whether or not I should step out of the picture for a while in order to keep myself from having to suffer. I've made ample excuses for him and his attitude, but that's really getting old now, and I don't know what to do. If I tell him I want a break, he'll accuse me of not being there for him. But if I stay, won't things just stay the same? Any advice is appreciated. Well, let me tell you this. Far too young to go through something like this. See, his family and his parents have put up with it. They've done nothing about it but take the abuse. So in a sense, they're enablers, and you're doing the same thing. You're telling him that he needs help, and he realizes that he needs help, but he won't get help, and you don't do anything about it. My advice to you is to leave him. You can continue to pray for him. You can continue to think of him in terms of hoping that he gets better and things like that. But the bottom line is, you don't need this in your life right now. You're far too young for this. You need to move on. Pray for him. If he tries to put you down the guilt trip, just ignore him, because you know what? Not holding his feet to the flame is enabling him and allowing him to continue to be angry and lash out at people, and nobody does anything about it. That just keeps giving him the green light. So I say leave him alone. What does Tammy think? What do you think? Can we get your calls? 556-6104.